Matt Walsh frustrated that a book that depicts glory holes. I mean, after all, what would the entire trucker industry do if not for lot lizards and glory holes? The glory holes power the entire nation's logistics. And you're over here talking about it like it's gay. Breaking news, folks. We've obtained internal docs from Fox News employees. Fox Corp is celebrating Pride by encouraging employees to read about glory holes, supporting a group that gives sterilizing hormones to homeless youth, and deployed woke AI to monitor anyone explicit content. Now, of course, if you're Matt Walsh, you say Fox News has gone woke because you're a competitor. Your job is literally to compete with Fox News. Once again, the only reason why the likes of Matt Walsh do this kind of thing is because they oftentimes have an alternate product that they are shilling to you. Okay? So let's take a look. The documents we're about to show you were produced by Fox Corp, which is the parent company of Fox News. These materials are presented to Fox News employees when they log on to their employee portal. Let's start at the top. Under the heading, Support One Another, Fox encourages employees to donate to the Trevor Project, Ali Forney Center, and the LA LGBT Center. That's disgusting to me, honestly. That's really up. That's really unacceptable. What they should have been... they should not be donating to that. Anyway, how do you look at this and go, this is so up? They're asking you to donate. They're asking you to donate to, like, you know, these kinds of charities for Pride Month. Anyway, please join us this month in celebration by downloading Pride Slack avatars and Zoom backgrounds to use and share. Very stupid. Getting triggered about this is also stupid. Okay, none of this stuff is anything. Like, it's so meaningless. Okay, this is all meaningless bullshit. The idea that this is somehow significant or indicative of a company's genuine perspective, especially when the company itself is Fox News, is hilarious to me. Okay, I don't know how you're gonna stick. I don't know how you're going to actually try to get people to be like, yeah, Fox News has gone woke, folks. Okay, how? They are a corporation. When will you recognize that corporations hire gay people, they hire trans people, and they are gonna do these like bottom of the barrel diversity initiatives and celebration initiatives on Pride Month to be like, hey, don't be mean to your gay coworkers. The company could literally be churning out, like Fox News, the most homophobic, transphobic propaganda to the broadest audience possible. And yet there's still gay people that work there. That's how this works. You boomer. If anything, this should show you that a lot of these initiatives are dog shit. They're not serious. They're not real. The irony basically here is, and I've told you this before, if you watch Fox News regularly, as I do, and if you read foxnews.com actual articles from foxnews.com, which is supposed to be their objective journalism side, which they do, genuine, serious news reporting on that side, they have a style guide. I've told you this before, and that style guide implies you can't misgender trans people in the style guide. Like, I told you guys this before. On the editorial side, I'm sure they sometimes misgender, but ultimately they are abiding by those restrictions because they're a media company, okay? They're a serious media company to a certain degree. This is how all major corporations work because they rely on advertisement dollars. The Trevor Project, which Fox says is devoted to helping LGBTQ young people, hosts a sexually explicit chat room that connects children as young as 13-year-olds with LGBT adults. That is such an insane way to talk about the situation. Like, again, a conservative looking at a normal thing, which is a social worker communicating with like a trans or gay child that their dipshit parents have abandoned or abused, okay? And trying to claim that like a social worker having a conversation with an abuse victim, a childhood abuse victim, okay, is actually somehow this creepy, nefarious thing. No, dog. It's literally it's the parents that are at fault here. They are the weird, creepy, gross one, okay? But of course, if you rob the nuance and context of anything, as conservatives are very fond of doing, okay, you can describe anything like this. Claiming that the Trevor Project is connecting young LGBTQ people with like LGBTQ adults is like saying that your pediatric doctor is there only to touch you. It's like, oh, this place called the hospital is where adults come and touch your child's body, sometimes naked body, and then they take a scalpel in really severe circumstances and cut your child's body up. Okay, that's right. It's really up. We got to stop it. And it's like, bro, you're not a caveman. Like, what the you talking about? The Ali Forney Center, which Fox praised for rescuing homeless LGBT youth, appears to admit on Twitter and its website that it injects these homeless young people with cross-sex hormones, which are known to cause sterilization. Bro, for the record, we know Matt Walsh wants to kill trans people, and he definitely does not give a shit about homeless people. So what's it to you? Okay, shut up. Again, describing the situation like it's not voluntary. Offering LGBT homeless people HRT is not a bad thing. You are describing a group that works exclusively with some of the most marginalized individuals, and you're basically, here, I'll swap it. Let's talk about it like it's diabetics, okay? The Hassan Piker Diabetic Homelessness Fund is taking homeless people off the streets and injecting them with insulin. Guys, this is terrifying. You need to understand. It's really up. It's really up. The Los Angeles LGBT Center, which Fox calls unstoppable, has posted a video of a mother surprising her trans daughter with the child's first dose of hormones. YouTube removed the footage of the term service violation, but the screenshot is still on Twitter. Yeah, it really up. Let's scroll down a bit more on the Fox employee portal. Employees are also encouraged to expand their perspective by reading books by trans activists, including a memoir titled Fairest about a precocious boy who would grow up to become a woman. Unacceptable. Reading books, Fox News promoting that you should read books that show a different perspective of the world. How could I actually force you into my method of indoctrination if you read a book about a different perspective? Are you fucking kidding me? No books. We burn books. We should burn that book. We should burn all trans books, as a matter of fact. I mean, who else has done that throughout history? I can't really think of another political movement that really popped off with the whole book burning thing, specifically trans books. Interesting. The book contains information that's obviously important for Fox employees as they go about their duties at work. For example, an early scene explains what a glory hole is. Matt Walsh frustrated that a book that depicts glory holes, which are not like gay, for the record. It's not exclusive to gay people, okay? I mean, after all, what would the entire trucker industry do if not for lot lizards and glory holes? The glory holes power the entire nation's logistics. And you're over here talking about it like it's some gay shit, okay? How would you get your dumbass fucking eggs if it weren't for the truckers that ship them all around the fucking continent, making pit stops at truck stops where they get their shit sucked off by a lot lizard? Shut the fuck up, Matt Walsh. Anyway, the Fox endorsed book also details the author's graphic description of having a cock in his mouth. Oh God, a book for adults. You mean to tell me that this book that is being promoted to adults at Fox News has a graphic depiction? Like, I'm an ally, right? I'm not. I hate that term. Sorry. I'm a foe. But like, I fake it for clout because everybody loves trans people, obviously. And I don't even know about this fucking book. I don't know about this book. Matt Walsh knows about the book and read all the parts that have like all of the fucking, sex stuff in it. So he could be like, oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. I'm so upset. There's dick sucking going on. Matt Walsh about to see a sissy hypno porn and just fucking have an aneurysm. Another book that Fox leadership encourages its employees to read, Red, White, and Royal Blue, is about a fictional gay relationship between the Prince of Wales and the president's son. It contains the dialogue calling America a genocidal empire. Ew, you're such a bitch. You're such a bitch. You're mad at fiction. You're not a 14-year-old queer teenager on Twitter in a stand-up, okay? You're not like, what are you doing? This is literally creepy-ass, gross-ass, sweaty, smelly fucking adults doing the exact same nonsensical bullshit that I rip into when members of the ostensibly left, radlibs and femcells and all these other fucking liberals on Twitter, they get mad at like fiction. They get mad at works of art. They're like, whoa, this has a message that I don't agree with. Oh my fucking God. They have literally started getting mad. This is like one step removed from just weaponizing the term problematic. Explain to me how this is not the same bullshit that supposedly SJWs do. God, they're so fucking annoying. Oh my God, I hate it. Everyone is a fucking woke skull, dude. They looked at like some of the worst aspects of like the online liberal and leftist sphere and we're like, let's do that ourselves. Let's be just as fucking annoying. The book, which Fox suggests will expand your perspective, also quickly devolves into gay erotica. I wonder how many times this fucking piece of shit came when he was reading reading this. Fox leadership doesn't just pick out books for his adult employees. They also suggested a Pride rainbow-filled book with a character who comes out as a unicorn, presumably symbolizing coming out as gay or transgender. That's so funny. He couldn't find anything fucked up in this book, so he had to literally just say it as is, and he's just still mad at this. They're making kids read books where frogs are talking. That's not real. A couple years ago, if you remember, I made a joke when the Daily Wire wanted to start their own children's book initiative. And I said, what are they going to do? Are they going to say like LaFontaine is woke now? Are they going to just make, normal lessons that we all learn as children, like sharing is caring, is bad?
Americans have enormous economic might. They just don't have any alternatives. The Daily Wire is building those alternatives. And today, I'm proud to tell you that we will be launching Daily Wire Kids.
What are they going to do? What kind of dumbass content are they going to cut? Like...
Where's your mommy?
Is marriage about what adults demand or what children need?
Like what? Is it you should bully gay kids? Is that what the lesson is going to be? I'm Ben Shapiro, and this is Sharing is Not Caring, like anti-sharing. LaFontaine was a bitch. Oh my God. Brothers Grimm, but also the villains in the story are actually the heroes now. Teaching kids the N-word. Yeah. Why you should say the N-word all the time. Sharing is socialism and socialism is bad. Exactly. No white lives matter. Oh, that's awesome. And they've basically gotten to that point. They've gotten to that point where they're like, oh, this book says sharing is caring, and that's fucking socialist propaganda. They're going to get mad at the Bible next, dude. Fox further recommends that employees listen to podcasts like Query and watch various TED Talks about LGBT life. In one of those talks, a woman explains that undergoing a medically unnecessary double mastectomy is a sign of strength. Elsewhere on the Fox employee portal, workers are encouraged to attend a Ben & Jerry's powered Pride event at the New York headquarters of Fox News. Like they're giving him gay ice cream. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. You're such a bitch. You're such a pussy. You're such a fucking bitch. You are the biggest loser on the fucking planet. And every single person should make fun of you. And I'm sorry, if you get fucking mad at this kind of shit, you are a fucking loser. Okay? Oh my Lord. You are the lamest fucking loser of all time.